Hi mamas, I'm Maggie Schott, a team member here at BeauGen. Welcome to Express Yourself, the YouTube channel where we share tips, tricks, and all things helpful on your mommying journey. In today's video, we're going to talk about bath time and bath time safety, products that you might use or need, and how to keep baby safe and have fun with bath time. How often should you bathe your baby is a really popular question, and it kind of depends on how old your baby is. You don't need to bathe your baby every single day, and doing so can sometimes dry out their very sensitive skin. As a newborn, you can often do what's called a tip and tail wash. So you take clean cotton swab and wipe down their face, cleaning around their eyes, and then you can take a washcloth and clean their bottoms off. So you don't need to do a full bath, but every couple of days you do want to try and give baby a bath. Key things to remember in bath time is that newborns especially have trouble regulating their body temperatures. So when your baby is really small, it's a good idea to keep them swaddled or bundled and then just kind of peel back the towel or blanket as you wash the different parts of their body so that they're not naked or exposed for too long and losing their body heat. As your baby gets older, you may find that incorporating bath time into bedtime routine is a great thing that works for your family, so you can up the frequency to every day or every evening. Another really popular question in terms of bath time safety is where you should bathe your baby. So as a newborn, you can do it at the sink or maybe their changing table, and you're just really kind of wiping baby down and making sure that they're clean. As they get a little bit older, you may feel more comfortable to move them into the sink, filling the sink with water up to their belly button, or they also make baby tubs that are like a smaller tub that you can put in, on a counter or in your bathtub, so you're not filling up the whole bathtub. And then as they get a little bit older, as they can sit up on their own and you're not worried about them falling over or holding their head up, you can transition them to the bath time, which gives them a little bit more room to play and splash around, and it just makes bath time a lot of fun. If you're doing, when you transition to the tub, or if you're using a baby tub in the bathtub though, it's a good idea to have a couple of extra towels on hand. One, you can put the towel in the tub or the baby tub to create a non-slip surface, but it's also nice to have one that you can roll up and place underneath your knees if you don't have like a cushioned mat for your bath floor, or you don't want to have a bath mat out all the time. Us included, some parents like to shower with their baby. So as long as you have a safe, firm grip on your baby, babies love the feeling of that water hitting their back or their bellies. Our son just loves it. And it's a really great way or chance to do skin to skin and help increase bonding with your baby. My husband absolutely loves it. I also will crawl in the tub with my son. Now that he's a little bit older, we don't do it quite so much because it takes away space for him to play, but between like 6 to 8 months old, he loved me being in the tub. I could hold him upright, make sure he didn't slip, but he still got the chance to play. Sometimes he'd nurse in the tub. They love it when you're in there with them, and it's just a great bonding experience. So the choice is yours. Next is a really good question. So how long should bath time be? And the answer varies. As a newborn, it should be a quick, just making sure you're getting baby clean. But the older they get, the longer bath time can be. Just make sure that you're taking them out and warming them up if the bath water starts to get a little bit cool, if they get a little bit irritable or they seem uncomfortable. Just keep an eye on them, keep an eye on the bath water, and make sure they're warm. That's the key. In terms of when to bathe your baby, like what time of day, it's really what works best for you and your baby. So if it fits into your routine at bedtime, then that's great. But if your baby really likes to play around in the bathtub and that's not conducive to bedtime, you don't have to do bath time at bedtime. It's all what works for your family and what works for your schedule. So some other bath time safety tips. Water temperature is key. We talked about babies having trouble regulating their body temperature, but they're also very susceptible to hot water. So you want to make sure that it's warm water, but it's not too hot. Especially when they're young, that should be like lukewarm water. And that's another reason bath time should be a little bit quicker when they're younger. When you're first starting them out with baths, you want to make sure that you ease the baby in, that it's not this really jarring experience where you're just plopping them in. Easing them in will also help you figure out whether the bath water is too hot or too cold. Once you start to put their foot in, if they start crying or they get irritable really quickly, then something's up or they're just not into bath time, and maybe that's when you just do like a tip and tail kind of a cleaning. After the bath time, you want to make sure to completely dry your baby down, and to do so quickly. Again, you want to be able to make sure that you wrap them up in a towel or dress them quickly so that they don't lose their body heat. So you make sure they're really dried off. And this is kind of a common sense thing, but put your phone away. If you want to take a few pictures, because bath time is often really cute, okay? But maybe have a partner take those pictures, because you really want to be focused on baby and make sure that you're paying attention in case they do slip, in case they need to be pulled out of the tub, or they're reaching for something that they might pull down on them. Try to keep large shampoo bottles, face wash, things that you have in the shower away from arm's reach. I can buy all the bath toys in the world, but whatever he's not supposed to be playing with is what my son wants to play with the most, including the large bottles of shampoo. So now that we talked about some bath time safety tips, let's talk about some bath products that babies like, or that you might find helpful in keeping babies safe during their bath. We'll start with the newborns to about 6 months, and then we'll go into some for older babies as well. So first and foremost, to get baby clean, we recommend that you have a washcloth on hand. Now, we recommend a baby washcloth. Some of the adult washcloths, if it's not designed to clean your face or something like that, they can have a thicker nap and it can sometimes be scratchy. Baby washcloths tend to be much more smooth, a soft cotton, something that you can kind of scrub baby's skin, but it's still gentle, that it's not going to be abrasive. Soap, obviously, you need to clean your baby as part of bath time. But again, something gentle. If it's not baby soap specifically, make sure it doesn't have any dyes, perfumes. Their skin is very sensitive. So especially at the newborn phase, I think often hospitals kind of send you home with enough of samples and things to get you through your first couple of baths, but look for products that definitely are baby safe and just gentle. No fragrances, no dyes. As they get a little bit older, sometimes you might want to go for like the lavender scented because it helps soothe kids for bedtime, but you really don't need these kinds of things in your soap, and it's sometimes better if it doesn't have it. Cotton pads or cotton balls. So especially, we talked about tips and tails washing newborns. It's cotton swabs, cotton pads. They're really good on hand to cleanse babies around their eyes and their face, and that's how they show you to bathe your newborn at the hospital when you first have them. But they're really great to have on hand for other baths in the future as well. And then a towel. Again, towels that are designed for older children and adults can sometimes be a little bit scratchier. So especially during the newborn phase, a baby towel is a really great thing to have on hand. Now, we also mentioned that there are a couple other useful uses for towels. So you can roll them up and kneel on them, which is also great because if baby splashes, you have a towel right there to kind of sop things up. And putting them down in the tub to help create a non-skid surface for a baby sometimes is a great idea too. Clothes and diapers. We mentioned that you want to dry a baby off and get them dressed right away. So having that next change of clothes, whether it's their PJs or a robe to wrap them up in, whatever you're putting on baby after the bath, have that on hand so that you're not drying baby off and then leaving the towel in the bathroom and then trying to get to the clothes quickly. Pick it all out ahead of time if you can and have it on hand. It makes bath time go so much smoother, especially if your kid's like my kid who doesn't want to get out of the bathtub. It can make that like wrangling a 1-year-old who just wants to keep playing in the bathtub a lot easier. Okay. If you don't want to put a towel down, and this is another step towards being safer than just a towel at the bottom of the tub. Getting a bath mat that suction cups in place, or the stickies, they come in fun shapes. Sometimes they're about this big and they go on the bottom of the tub. Those to create a non-skid surface are really great, especially when your baby's first starting to sit up, if you're letting them play in the tub, but then especially as they're starting to move around. Kids are a little bit unsure or uneven with their the way they disperse their weight, and it makes the bath a really slippery place. So to have a stickier or non-skid surface at the bottom of the tub is really beneficial. And then, because anything metal and shiny is clearly something that they want to play with, if you have the time to look them up ahead of time, I highly suggest grabbing these or putting these on your registry. They make covers that go on your faucet for the water spout for your tub, and then also your drain cover, and then sometimes if you've got the thing that flips up and down that's the stopper for your tub, covering these can keep your kids from playing with them. Or if they're impossible to keep away from them, at least they're covered, where if your kid does slip and hit them, they're less of a safety hazard. I got a really cute whale cover for the faucet. My son still wants to play with it, but at least I'm a little bit more sure about him being around it rather than if it was just hard metal. Thank you so much for watching this video. Did I miss anything? Do you have any other bath time must-haves or safety tips? Drop them in the comments below this video. We'll link to a full blog post that we have on this topic in the description box below this video. And well, of course, I'll put all of our other BeauGen links in there as well. If this is your first time meeting us here at BeauGen, we are so excited to get to know you, and we hope to see you in our next video or on our blog. Thanks so much, and stay pumped for BeauGen.